Members of the Armchair Trading Group. Now, what I wanted to do, it's Mike Bell here, and I wanted to share some analysis that was shared in one of our zones on the 30th of May. So we're about 4 or 5 days into this, and what we said that we were looking for is we were going to be focusing on the Aussie versus the US dollar. So May 27th, so we're a week into this position, well, these two positions right now. And what I wanted to do is share the story of where we are with the Aussie dollar. Now, you can see on here on May the 27th, we shared our analysis, and I'll explain the analysis on here. So, zoom in for the notes, and basically, we were looking for the retest of the trend, retest of the head and shoulders pattern. So, if we take a look on the Aussie dollar, so Aussie versus US dollar on the 4 hour chart right now, you can actually see that what we had is we had a potential head and shoulders pattern playing out right here. Now, for you guys that are new to trading, you can actually just Google head and shoulders pattern. But what we focused on was we noticed that there's been a channel created right there. So a parallel channel of price going up, down, up, down. What we were waiting for was a break of the neckline, break of this trend line on the channel. And we're actually targeting for an ABCD pattern to actually play out for this particular trade. So what we were looking at is overall the move is to be A to B to C to D, which our overall target is the 0.7750 target right here. We do have PDF training modules on support and resistance. We do have PDF training modules on our targets, our Fibonacci tool as well. So you guys will be able to see that. So what we've got is if we can get a retracement from the sell to break the corrective structure, which is actually playing out right now, which is this corrective move from A to B, then we'll actually have extra confluence with the retest of the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern. So what I'll do is I'll explain how the head and shoulders actually works, and then we'll actually have a look at this particular A, B, C, D trade as well. So if I go on to this zone right here, yeah, we've got A to B to C to D. Now the Fibonacci tool works by highlighting your low to your high and then waiting for your retracement zone right there. So depending if it's going to be on the 50% line, 68%, then you'll be able to project what your next target is actually going to be. So looking at this right here, you can see the ABCD extension, A to B, C to D, with your extension target being the negative 21 and the negative 61.8 fib as well. So that's how the ABCD works, and it's working out the exact time of A to B is usually quite similar to the time of C to D. However, price will extend further as well by a certain percentage. So if I go into the current Aussie chart right now, let's see how this particular trade played out. So we ended up being a few pips in target, heading towards this trend line. And then we actually smashed through. So there we go, head and shoulders. Then we actually smashed through that particular trend line. And now what we were looking for is we were wanting to open up a sell to target this 61.8 fib. So if you can look here where the mouse is, that C leg is literally bang on 61.8. So we took a sell. This is about 85. Sorry, no, this is about just shy about 85 pips right there on the Aussie. And then we actually, if I zoom this out, we're looking for a target to come down to our target level and then immediately sell back up to the 0.7750. So as mentioned, if we can get a break of the sell, then we can look for the swing at support. So we wanted to find out this region right here, the 0.74 region, was holding as a level of support. So every time price comes down this level, you can see it from the past. We had a spike up, it comes back down to this level, spike up, comes back down this level, have a spike up. And what we were anticipating was another spike down to this level, and then we want to actually just see this go and rise up back to this level of previous resistance where we had the original break to the downside. So if I take a look here, our target was actually met, which is great. You can see A, B, C, D. Target was met. We literally spiked, and you guys can probably zoom straight into this. We literally spiked onto our target. So this was spiked to perfection, and price just rebounded back all the way up, which is great. So this target's being met right now. Now we are currently in a trade to go up to 0.775. So to take us to the live chart, here is how this trade's actually working out. So if we can have a look, you can see here you've got left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and what we were looking for is a break, which we actually got this break right here above. Then we retested. Now we expect to continue the uptrend to the upside. So what we'll be looking for, I'll just delete this. So this was 105 points gained right there. So nice clean trade with pretty much just heading straight to target. You can see from that point where we entered, straight to target, 105 pips. And then what we've got is literally bang on. As soon as target was hit, rebounded. Now we're creating high highs, high lows. Now expect us to get up to this D1 level. So I'll just delete what I foresee for now. I expect us to get up to probably about this range right here. Head back down to around this level before continuing to go higher. So that's what I foresee for the Aussie dollar. In the next sort of week to 2 weeks, we'll be heading up to 0.7750. So we gained 105 pips to the downside, and now we're actually in a position for a potential 290 pip target for the upside right here. That was a sneak preview of how we do in our full member zone. If you have any questions, don't forget to just reply to this email, send us a message direct on any of the platforms that will be sharing this with you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. But if you have any questions, thank you very much for being an active supporter and active member, and good luck with your future trading.